Okay, y'all, what's up? I just wanted to analyze Joe's character in this video from the show You. So, for those of you who have watched it, obviously you'll be clicking this video right now. I really wanted to talk about why a lot of people like Joe's character, including like me. I liked him to a certain point. I'm not even gonna lie. That might sound crazy or whatever, but I dead was messing with Joe's character, like not his entire character, not his like I didn't agree with the stuff he was doing, but in some ways he was relatable. In some ways, as crazy as that might sound, if you really, I really just when I be watching stuff or just it could be people in real life too, I would just be trying to understand people. So like if you really just be looking at some of the stuff he was I don't know, saying to like the girl who he liked, I don't know why her name is escaping me right now. Not Gwen, her name was, it was, oh, Beck, yes, Beck. If you really look at some of the stuff like he was saying to Beck, like it's just like basically that's really why a lot of people mess with Joe, because of the fact that he was very relatable in a sense of him just liking this girl who, you see her different mistakes with men and how she's kind of naive in certain ways, and Joe is kind of just trying to really just get in her world and stuff like that. A lot of people, it's very, in some ways, like I'm emphasizing that in some ways Joe was relatable. It's just like he had a messed up sense of doing things. Like one thing you can never do, you can never force things to happen. Even if you feel like, okay, it's like, yo, like let's say in real life you really like somebody and you feel like it's just like perfect, you guys would be perfect together or whatever. You can never force something to happen. That was Joe's problem. Like he was over here stalking her, trying to stop guys from talking to her and a bunch of crazy stuff. Which the crazy thing to me was the fact that she was already feeling him from the jump. If you remember first episode, she was already smiling with him, so he didn't even really need to do all this because she was already feeling him. But his messed up, sense of weight, like his messed up thinking just ruined it. If he would have just let it rock, because you gotta let nature take its course, so to speak. You can't always, not even always. I'm saying in general, you can't. You have to let things take its course is what I'm trying to say. You can never be a Joe where he's over here trying to control every situation and blah, 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 blah. Like he has to just he never let things naturally take its course. Like when she was when they first started talking, and then she was still talking to other guys or whatnot. Like that's natural. It's pretty natural. Like they just started talking or whatever, and Joe was over here bugging out like, oh, nah, Beck, what are you doing? Da 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 da. Like he just didn't let things naturally take its course. But in some ways, as far as him he a lot of times Joe would analyze Beck's character and just like really tell it how it is about how she was, which to a certain extent, in a lot of points, I'm forgetting some of the points he was making throughout the show, but he had a lot of great points in what he was saying, which goes back to what I was saying about how he's just he could be very relatable at times, very relatable with the girls and stuff. It could be very relatable, but his main problem was just not letting things naturally take its course. Like once he killed Beck, once in the end, and I know that's all the way at the end, but once he killed Beck, I was just like, nah. Once even when he killed Peaches, I was just like, not even then. Going back to when, you could even say when he killed Beck's old boyfriend, like, but even then, I still kind of gave him I was giving him not a pass, but I was just like, okay, whatever. This guy's just, he's crazy, but like, I'm gonna just keep. Sometimes I caught myself rooting for him at times, which is weird, but like, I don't know. It's just the way how he thought, his thought process and everything. Like, in some ways, it was very bad, but he had sprinkles of good. Because if you ever notice something, everybody in life, nobody's 100% good. You know what I'm saying? You could see a lot of good things in people, and you can also see a lot of bad things in people. I just feel like it's about if the good outweighs the bad. I mean, that's what's important. In Joe's case, the bad definitely outweighed the good. In Joe's case, after him just killing people, that's when I mean, even if Joe was a stalker, which that would be just a stalker, that's bad. But yeah, it would have been a lot better than him actually killing people. Because once you do that, it's just like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Stalking people, that's bad too. But once you take somebody's life, it's like, yo, he was taking Beck's friends' lives and just trying to really control. Like, he was really over here trying to control the relationship. Like, he was just really, I don't even know. You can't really call him I guess you could call him a control freak. He's just like, he was crazy. He was a nice and crazy person. Like, he was a nice, crazy person. And you kind of see a lot of examples of that in movies and in real life. A lot of, not a lot, but I'm just saying you'll see cases of people, a lot of nice people just have issues sometimes. To be honest with you, like, a lot of nice people, the quiet people, sometimes they have issues. But it could be in any case though. But a lot of times the people who, it's like a saying, like, a lot of times when you see somebody who's just a little too, I mean, I wouldn't say a little too nice, but I would go back to it's like what is it? A stigma? A stereotype where you just see the quiet person. It's like they always say that they might possibly have issues, which in Joe's case, he was that quiet, calm person who seemed like, oh, he's just a nice guy, but he was actually messed up in the head. I know I didn't give a lot of examples. I wish I could have probably make maybe a part 2 to this, about really getting in depth about like different instances, because I just remember I watched it like a few weeks ago, but I should have made it right, like fresh when I watched it, like right after I watched it would have been better, instead of me trying to remember different stuff that happened back then. But I want to pull different scenes. I would have wanted to like really pull different scenes from the show, like more scenes, but I can't really remember right now. But that's really all I had to say for the most part about Joe's character. Like, to like the closing statement, Joe was just he was a psychotic but relatable person. He was a psychotic, relatable person in some ways. But that's all I gotta really say about Joe, at least for right now. I'm gonna talk to you guys later though. I might make another video because I just can't remember everything. There were certain scenes that I really was like, yo, like, this guy, like, he had good points in some ways. He did, I'm not gonna lie, but his way of going about things is just overall bad. Like, his bad outweighed his good. That's all I gotta say. But anyways, I'm gonna see y'all.